3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of What's the Chika podcast.
Hey!
Hello, can you hear me okay?
All good, yeah, thank you.
Fantastic. If we could just go from the top again, that'd be great.
Oh, God. I don't know if I have it in me to do that again. Like, everyone knows about the Philippines now.
What does it mean to be Filipino British?
British-Filipino, fresh Filipino.
Oh my God, yeah.
The Fobs, I was aware that we have to have those two different identities.
3, 2, 1. Action.
Just have like open chats, that are just like naked.
My name is Jem.
I'm Amir.
I'm Janine.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of What's the Chika podcast.
Yeah! It's official, guys. It's happening.
We're actually here. I can't actually believe it.
I know. I feel really nervous.
Sweating.
Yeah, same.
Like sweating.
we
especially
just
under
had a
the
shot
lights.
as well, so I think it's good that we had a shot to just like
probably
calm my nerves down a little bit.
I probably should have had another. My name is Jem.
I'm Amir.
And I'm Janine.
It's so weird. I
know.
I can't get used to like.
You don't need to look at the camera, though,
I know,
girl,
but I
it's
feel like
fine.
I want to.
I want to look at the screen and look at like what I'm looking like right now.
Yeah,
Do
because
you know, I
what
keep
if I've
looking
like got
Claire.
hunchback?
Oh, don't worry.
Oh yeah.
Let's chill. It's fine.
Okay.
So, shall we talk about who we are, really,
Yes.
and what the purpose is?
Yes.
I guess to just get to know each one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to start?
You, I think.
Me? Okay, I'm Amir, full Filipino. I was born in Saudi and I moved to the Philippines when I was 10.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that you were there for so
I didn't
long.
know you lived in Saudi.
I
for
was
that
in
long.
Saudi for that long. I was there for 10 years. I grew up there. And then I moved to the Philippines before my mum migrated here.
Mm-hmm.
And then she migrated here with me and my dad and my sister moved here when I was 13.
Okay.
Oh
But yeah.
wow! So you didn't actually even live in the Philippines for that long?
No, 3 years. So I've constantly moved around and have had identity crises, I guess. Is that even a
Yeah.
word? So it's the constant trying to fit into wherever I moved.
Because those are quite like difficult ages, I think, to
Completely
move.
different
Like
Yes.
10 and
Too.
13 are
And
quite
13, teenage years in the
formative
Philippines.
years.
It's the best time, though, to be in the Philippines when you're a teenager.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things that you're kind of picking up. But it's such a big shock when you move here, especially in London, where
Yeah.
it's such a culture shock and it's like a hot pot of different cultures put together. But yeah, that's sort of my story. And then I was always interested in media. I then went to university and did film and TV. And now I work in television as in production management.
Woo.
So I do like logistics for it, the admin side, money, budgeting.
That's why you're
and
so
all of
good at
that.
this stuff. I feel like it really suits you as well.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Oh,
You can see you're in your element as well.
I am.
Like-
I'm like so serious when it comes to, like entertainment and media in general.
Oh my God.
That's me.
Lovely. That's you.
Who's that?
Janine, who are you?
Who am I? Okay, so my mum's Filipino, my dad's Irish, and I was born here in the UK. So I kind of always like back in the day, there wasn't like any really Filipinos around. I didn't know any Filipinos till like I was like 15.
Not even in
Really?
school.
There was none. There was like in the higher year, but it wasn't until like I was old enough to realise that they were Filipino and more confident to speak to higher year ups.
Right.
Where it was like, oh, you're Filipino, do you know? So I kind of grew up very much thinking that there wasn't really any Filipinos here.
What did people think you were in school?
I think everyone used to kind of think I was like I don't know, anything really. A lot of people thought I was like Spanish because I used to be so tanned when I was young because I always used to play out. No one knew Philippines.
Oh my God, no.
No one, like, yeah,
No,
it
not
wasn't
at
even,
all.
maybe even Chinese people would say, do you know? It
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
anything other than Filipino because no
Yeah.
one knew about Filipinos.
Yeah.
No one did.
And then I never got like mistaken for being Irish because I took more of my mum's genes. So it was just very weird kind of growing up. You feel very kind of on your own. Yeah, it was very different. And then so I did I grew up here, did all school here. I tried to like live in the Philippines when I was like 16, and I did college there for a few months.
Is that when you like refused to come back?
Yeah.
She was like, this is where I'm
I was like, this is where I'm staying forever. But my mum and dad weren't having any of it. But I managed to stay for like 6 months. I missed my flight, but they finally got me back. And that's when I went to Hammersmith College. And then I did uni. And then I ended up just like going into construction and like working in like legislation, like environmental health and safety legislation and construction. And yeah.
In Hammersmith, is that when you started to hang out with Filipinos more?
Yeah.
Because Hammersmith College was where everyone
I
went.
wanted to go there because that's where everyone was.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that until I actually went, and then it was like full
Who went
loads of
there?
Filipinos.
Just like there was just like there was only one Filipino in my class, but I just everyone was there.
Everyone's there.
Oh.
And then it's in
Yeah.
Hammersmith, and I remember the stairs going up to the the college.
Yeah.
The Filipinos would hang out on the stairs, and it's always meet there for a cigarette,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or like, let's just have drinks and like miss the lesson.
Yeah. I was hardly in school ever.
Hardly,
during-
yeah.
during the-
That's the
my
only problem with
God.
going to Hammersmith
Yeah.
College.
But
Yeah.
at that time, that's all like I wanted to do anyway. It's just like have fun, and because once I got into the Filipino community, I was like loving life.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
You felt like you belong.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that community put together.
Yeah.
And I guess that's now Watford. I don't know.
It
I feel.
is. I feel like it is. I feel like it is.
What's your story, girl?
Who
My
are
name's-
you?
I'm Jem. I'm a Taurus. I am 27. I was born in Abu Dhabi.
From Saudi too.
No.
No, actually, Abu Dhabi. My geography is so bad, girl.
The UAE.
UAE,
The
yeah,
UAE.
Middle East.
I was born in Abu Dhabi. My parents were working there at the time. So I was born there. I actually don't really know like where I was between the ages of 0 to 4.
Really?
Like I'm pretty sure my mum told me that after a month I flew to the Philippines with my mum and my inai because she'd come to Abu Dhabi to like help my mum with the birth and everything. And then I think I stayed with inai for like 6 months, I think.
Right.
And then she took me back to my mum,
Yeah.
I think. I'm pretty sure. This is what I've been told.
We need to
And
get
then-
mums up here.
I know, I
to-
should confirm.
Confirm.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, I think I was in Abu Dhabi for a bit. And then there was a period of time when my dad got a job in Hong Kong. I was there for like not long.
Oh my God.
Couple of
Yeah.
months, probably at
I
most.
didn't know that.
Yeah, and then when I was 4, about to turn 5, I moved to England
Oh, so you were never in Philippines?
for like a bit.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
But super young that you don't even remember.
So young, I
Yeah.
don't remember. But they say that. But I feel like there's pictures of me in a school uniform.
in Philly?
And I have
Maybe
a school
doing like
ID.
kindergarten.
Yeah, but like, at what age was that? Because
That's
it wasn't
like
when I was 6
Five.
months.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Because I did
okay.
kindergarten too, and I think I was
Yeah.
at like 3.
Yeah, and I literally have
Like
a
a
school
graduation,
ID.
everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was probably there for a bit as well. But I don't know. And then, yeah, I moved to England when I was 4. Watford was like very big Filipino community. I've
Yeah.
known Filipinos like my whole
Have
life.
you been in Watford since then?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Very big Filipino community. Like, I'm still friends with the people I grew up with.
Wow.
Like James, I'm like my fiance James. You obviously hello for everyone. Yeah, I've known him since I was like 5.
Wow.
Oh,
But
that's
like,
so cute.
Yeah.
cute. But I don't remember meeting him. Everyone's always like, "How did you meet?" I'm like, I actually really don't know. Like, I've just always
Just grew up
known
together.
him.
I love that we all have different stories.
Yeah.
As in like starting point of our stories here in England as Filipinos.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. And also I love the fact that maybe when you were in Abu Dhabi, you may have gone to a Filipino school.
I did.
There you go.
Yeah, I did.
I went to a Filipino school.
did, yeah.
My first language was Arabic and English.
I did not know you
ask you
spoke
that.
Arabic.
That's so
Can you
cool.
still?
No, not anymore. So it was Arabic first, and then I went to a Filipino school in Saudi. That's when I learned Tagalog.
Yeah.
And then when I went to the Philippines, I then learnt 2 other dialects, which was Ilocano and Kapampangan. And because
gosh.
Arabic
Wow.
wasn't practiced, it just like
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sad.
I
It's a
know.
shame, 'cause it's such a difficult language to learn.
100%, especially moving here where there's a lot of that community and people speaking Arabic.
Yeah.
I'd love to just sometimes my parents would talk to each other in Arabic, so I don't understand.
They know how to speak
They
it still.
like fully, when we went to Morocco, they were just chatting.
Oh my god, yeah, my mum
Arabic.
can speak
Wow.
Arabic.
Is it?
Yeah.
Such a big
Like really well.
Filipino community.
Not like
in
fluently,
the
but
Middle
she can
East.
converse.
That's well good.
I know, it's so good.
I think the one thing that like we all have in common. So before my mum came to the UK, she did work in Saudi, and I think she
Everyone
kind
does
of.
it.
I think she kind of. I don't know if because I know this is like so I don't know if you've said this story, and I'm just thinking, but I think she had a boss who brought her over here, and then she ran away.
Pretty much.
And
Secret
stayed
silent.
there. Yeah,
ran
Yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah.
it was really poor pay.
Yeah.
And don't know if
What,
I'm allowed
in
to say this,
Saudi?
Yeah.
but you
that's
know,
where she started off.
yeah, Filipinos are very much, we'll go wherever because we need to
Yeah.
send the money home.
Definitely.
So they'll literally just work and work and work abroad wherever they are, whether or not their passports are taken by their employers or whatever.
Yeah.
They would still hustle and send the money back.
Oh my god.
Usually 100% of the money.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah, it still
absolutely.
happens where like passports are still kept.
Yeah, it still
I didn't know that
happens.
that happened.
Yeah.
In Dubai, for example, I think some Filipinos, their passports are kept.
And they have to sign a contract.
Is that so that so they can't leave?
Yeah.
Oh
Because
my
And they
it's
give
God,
you a
that's
bad
awful.
reference if you do want to leave. So you can't find another job there.
Yeah.
God.
But that's, at least that's not a struggle here though,
No.
right?
God.
I think we should also talk about how we all know each other.
Yeah.
You guys go first because you knew each other first. How did you
Do you want
meet?
to start?
Where do we even begin?
How did you actually meet? I don't think I know.
How
this.
old do you think we were?
15?
15, yeah?
Something like
thinking
that.
like
It's
that.
definitely teenage
Yeah.
years.
Early
Definitely
teens.
drinking times.
Yeah.
At 15.
Yeah.
Girl,
This is-
14, 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is my own opinion on this. I think the reason why is also because obviously looking for a community that you feel you should be a part of, but also imagine the kids that were left in Philippines by their parents to go abroad as
Yeah.
OFWs, not seeing their parents for a while. Obviously, you'll have those issues, whatever traumas will come through with that. And when you move here as a teenager, you then have to live with a parent that was never there.
Yeah.
So not getting along with that. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, where do I go? I'd rather just not be home. Then you see people that are like you and the common denominator is drinking because, us Filipinos,
It's
we're
like
that.
bonding.
Yeah.
It's bonding.
It is a bonding
Yeah.
experience, I feel, especially
And
for Filipinos.
Even, do you remember PAX? Oh, you have a... So in Hyde Park, there was a tree called...
I do. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So there was a tree in Hyde Park called PAX,
Oh
and
my
everyone
gosh.
would let each other know, oh, you're going to PAX today.
Yeah.
Everyone
What,
was
a
at
tree, a specific
a
tree.
specific tree in
Oh my
Hyde Park
god.
that everyone would meet and drink up. No
Okay.
matter what time of the day, it's just like a link up spot, as
Oh,
well
that
as
sounds
Trocadero.
fun.
And then the other one, another area would have been like underneath Chocodero.
Yeah, the bottom.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think we met through the community.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk though.
No, we just kind of were in each other's spaces, but we weren't really like.
I just felt like you were too much of an it girl that everyone's
Ah.
friend. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
was like, well, she's too
Still is.
I think I was
She
just
still
too
is.
shy.
Still is.
Because like I couldn't speak Tagalog that well back then.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm so interested. I thought that you always could because
No.
you're really good.
No, but even now, like I'm very like bulol.
I'll say.
But like back then, I only really learned it like around 16.
Oh.
Yeah, when I
what
went to
do you know?
Philippines and I did the college thing there.
Right.
But I really didn't like. That's where I like couldn't get really close to a lot of people. I felt because I just couldn't like speak to people sometimes.
Right.
And then everyone was scared to speak to me because I would speak English. Do you know? It was
Yeah,
like just
yeah,
a
yeah,
language
yeah.
barrier.
Yeah.
People would just stay away from you because it's like, oh, I don't want to speak English.
Yeah, and then I do the same because I don't know how to speak to them. So I
Yeah.
think that's why, because
Yeah.
you know. Whereas, so like with Kim's like our common denominator.
Right.
She'd speak to me in English and she'd speak to you in Tagalog.
In Tagalog,
and it would
yes,
be,
you're right.
that was like, yeah.
so how did you like become close?
Your wedding.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
wedding.
Like during the whole Zoom, like the
No,
Zoomy-
surely not the wedding.
The wedding, for
yeah,
sure. Like,
that's when we became like actually really
Your
close.
wedding.
good
We've
friends.
always
Yeah,
known
yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
No,
And
you
like
were definitely close before that.
No.
no,
We would see each other out. Kim was always the common denominator.
Yeah.
And we'd be out together, but never this close. Like, we've never been this
like
close.
we'd never hung out just like this.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shocks me.
It was her wedding and then Zoom
Zoomy
during
during COVID thing.
But that was before the wedding.
Yeah, but like during that time, because that was like
oh my
literally
god!
within
I was under the
a
assumption
few
that
years.
you had been like this forever.
No, we've just always known each
Yeah,
other.
we have. And then we
lovely.
obviously had deep chats. And then
Yeah.
it was like, oh, why have we not spoken before?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so nice. That is so cute.
And here we are
And
now.
here we are now.
Oh my god.
What about you two? Because I feel like you two are sort of somewhat connected.
Well,
In
I met Janine through John. So like James.
so John is your husband.
John is Janine's
Yeah.
husband, and my fiance is James, and John and James are brothers.
Right.
Yes. So yeah, I met Janine when she started going out with John.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's quite recent as well. Not recent. I mean, like you're now married.
8 years
but,
now.
I know. I never feel like it's that long. But it's actually
Wow.
so long.
That's gone so quick.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
us.
Like we didn't know each other at all before that.
Oh,
No,
before
but
that.
you knew
No.
like some of my friends.
Is-
Yeah, like Abby and them lot.
Yeah.
Got ya. Is that because you then saw when you started seeing John, you sort of met up with the Watford lot, and then
Well, I knew Abby like from a previous life, like
From
those
another time.
times
Right.
back in the day, and it just was like, oh, you guys live near each other. You guys actually grew up together.
Yeah.
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 But then like as soon as we met, we just like became best
Really
sisters
close.
straight away. We're
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is it
It
now.
clicked. It just clicked.
and then I guess collectively, like us two, how
I
we
don't
met.
know how we met.
So you said this before, but you said that we met pre-COVID.
We did.
I don't remember.
We must
Was it
have.
probably John's birthday or something?
Yeah. I was gonna say it must have been at a
okay.
birthday, or were
no,
you there for
it couldn't
Halloween?
have
It
been
was that
because we
Halloween.
weren't doing the motives all together until.
No, no.
Till after.
Oh wait, were we?
That Halloween party at your house. You were
Yeah.
there, no? Were you there?
No, I don't think so.
I definitely met you before because I knew who
Really?
you were when like you popped up on like Zoom. I knew who you were. So
I don't
Oh,
remember. I
maybe.
have a really bad memory anyway. Like,
I don't know.
honestly.
Anyway,
Maybe from like some sort of party, but like
it was around. It was we properly knew each other after lockdown.
Right.
Like when we started. So I don't know. I feel like I have
Yeah,
to-
let's
I
shall
love
we?
this story. I love it.
You know, let's.
throughout lockdown. I don't know who came up with the idea, but someone came up with the idea to do like a weekly
Quiz.
quiz.
Game.
That sounds really lame. But like it was a fun quiz. It
Yeah.
had like prizes, like Amazon vouchers if you
Oh,
if you
shit.
won.
The consequences.
And
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
like general knowledge. It
It
was
wasn't.
it was like fun.
Each couple had to think of like the theme or something.
Right.
Yeah,
so the
every
Zoom was
week.
per couple, and we were all couples.
Yeah.
yeah.
In this Zoom.
so weird, isn't it?
During lockdown.
Yeah.
And,
And
we
then-
we'd like proper like there was one time I was like so drunk.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I think we were
Just
all
drink alone
We
like.
in
had
my
like
room.
such a good time.
Yeah, we were like.
It was really
fucked,
fun.
yeah.
I looked
During a
forward to
hard
it
time.
every week.
But then since
Yeah.
then, we kind of got close after Abby's STEM.
Stan.
Stan, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like after COVID, we all just were around
Yeah.
each other all the time.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Like, how did we have the energy for
I
it?
don't know.
I
I,
don't
think it's
know.
because all of that pent up energy in lockdown.
Yeah.
After lockdown, I was like, get me out every single day. Like, we must do something today.
And now
on
we're
a
like,
Wednesday.
I'd rather just stay home.
Yeah, literally now I'm like,
now
don't,
we're like,
don't
battery
ask
is
me out.
run out.
Um,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
so that's
That's
our story,
so
how we all met.
nice. It's
How
lovely.
how did this podcast come about?
I
Oh.
don't know. I just got a message. I feel like you definitely discussed it. And then Janine
Definitely.
texted. I just got this random text from you. And then you were just like, this has been in the works. Would you like to start a podcast? And I was like, yeah. But I don't know. You tell me.
Janine messaged me and was like, do you want to do a podcast? I was like, this is perfect.
You guys been speaking about it for ages.
I have been
remember?
speaking about it and not actually.
And we did speak to like Anjali and Kim about it once as well.
Oh, so I'm the last choice.
No, we
No!
think you're perfect.
It was just like speaking about it.
Yeah.
Like I think everyone has wanted to do it.
Not you guys being like, yeah, so we spoke about it. I spoke it with someone else. I spoke about it with someone else. And now
the last,
we're here.
save the best to the last,
Yeah,
girl.
that's true. That's true.
But yeah, we've been speaking for it for a while. And what I loved about this is when we had that meeting, I'm really bad at consistency. Like I would record something and then plan something out. And you guys know how I plan. I like to plan, but it wasn't the same. And then when we had that meeting with the Dunkin' Donuts, and I was like, oh,
so
this is
good.
the studio. You were like, let's book it now. I was like, oh,
You're good at that.
I know, I
But
love it.
Also, sometimes it's a bit like, I'll be like, oh, we should go on a holiday next year. She'll
Let's
be like,
book it now.
let's book it now. And I'm like, no.
Because you know why? I feel like if you just don't do it in that moment, it just doesn't happen.
It's good.
doesn't- yeah.
It is good.
know?
It is
Yeah,
good because then it was
yeah.
booked and here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, exactly. We're
So-
recording.
I feel like sometimes you just gotta.
You need a person that does that.
Exactly. And when you came in and was like, let's book it, I was like, okay, I'm just going to do a cost manager. I'm going to budget it. I'm going to do this and that. And then I was like sending everything to everyone.
I
Yeah.
love it though. I
Yeah.
love being like, we all, I think, like organisation.
Yeah.
But obviously, Janine and I don't know much about like media. And like, even before we got here, you and like, everyone, hello
team.
everyone, hello, what's the Chika team? Shout out, what's the Chika team?
Woo,
You were
big
all
up
talking
the
about
What's
like
the Chika team.
formats and
Yeah.
Yeah.
other things that I don't even remember the words. And I was sat there like, oh my God, I would have no idea what to do. And when you sent the call sheet, I was like, wow.
Oh.
First you were like, I'm going to make a call sheet. And I was like, what is a call sheet? And then when you said it, I was like, that's so good. You even had
That's
like
great.
nearest stations. I was like, oh.
I
The amount of
literally-
stuff that actually goes into it that
Oh,
you
yes.
wouldn't even realise.
You don't realise. And also
No.
people are like, oh, you're doing a podcast. What do you mean cost? I'm like, there are costs.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of organisation, like literally. And I'm really thankful for the team. We just call them Gen Z, but they've come
Gen Z
from...
They need like a,
We
we'll
need
come
to
up with
call
a
them-
name.
Yeah.
We'll come
They've
up
come
with one.
from London Screen Academy through, my sister went to that college as well. They all did media and now are getting into the industry, but also like wanting to help out because they're Filipinos too. They wanted to help out with this podcast. So I'm really thankful that they're here to help us because soon as, like we said, we met up at Costa today, I literally was just shouting out some words and
Yeah.
like media words. And
You
they were
guys
like,
just knew.
yes,
You
Knew
okay.
your stuff.
They knew this. I was like, oh, it's great. So I'm really thankful.
We're all very thankful.
Yeah.
Right?
Thanks, guys.
I think, shall we talk about what it means to each one of us, what Filipino British means to each one of us?
I can't start. I don't know. That's such a deep, like,
It
a
is, it
deep
is.
question.
I don't know, really. It's like, because I the way I grew up, right, is so strange. But there was always like a split between like they'd call them British Filipinos and fresh Filipinos.
Oh my God, yeah.
The fobs. I was
yeah,
a fob.
yeah. I it was obviously
off the
just it was obviously like the ones that were like born here, and like they never really mingled for some reason.
Who? The fobs? Us.
Just both. Just like both.
us.
They never really like mingled. Obviously, when you're young and dumb, like slightly feeling like you're better than one another.
Definitely.
Do you know, like, and for no reason as well. And it wasn't until like people got older and they started, I see like more people like getting on with different people. And it's like, isn't that like, couldn't that have been so much nicer if we all did that when we were young?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Right?
don't know if it's
Yeah.
because of like, because we're getting older or if times are changing or probably a
Yeah.
bit of both. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like when I was younger, because no one knew what the Philippines was, and
Yeah.
like when you're a child, you're like a bit, especially like you look different to everyone else, like especially at school and stuff. You don't want to feel like the odd one out.
Yeah.
Especially from like a place where I wouldn't ever say I felt, I don't know what the word is. I just felt a bit like I didn't want to be the odd one out. And no one like
Of
knows
course.
this country where I'm coming from.
Right.
Defo.
So like it just felt a bit, I don't know. Like I remember, I don't really recall much of like when I first got here, but when I first got here, I didn't speak a lick of English, like not at all.
Yeah.
and there are like vivid memories of when I felt so like odd one out. Like I was having lunch, I think I was in year 1 or something, and obviously in the Philippines we do not eat with a knife and fork, we eat with a spoon and fork.
Right.
So I was given a knife, a fork and a spoon, and the spoon was obviously meant for pudding or dessert or whatever.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to use a knife like to eat, so I got the spoon and fork, started eating, and everyone was like, what are you doing? And I was a bit like, oh my god, like what have I done wrong?
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, but I feel like times are changing, plus we're getting older. I feel like now everyone, because obviously when traveling became a big thing, like everyone knows about the Philippines now, whereas before, like when I was like 5, everyone was like, where's that? What's that?
If you were any kind of type of Asian, people were like, oh, you're Chinese.
You're Chinese, or you're straight away, definitely.
Straight away.
But it's really good to have those like idols out there and recognition at least.
Yeah.
That we're getting at least now, and
Yeah,
slowly
so much
coming out.
nicer. Yeah.
So which is great, because we're hoping to interview them that are here in the UK.
Yeah.
The ones the Filipinos that are thriving in their own industries, to just have a chat and talk about their experience. I think.
Support.
The support, exactly. And also build a network, I think. This is I think what we want to do with the podcast is start a platform for us Filipinos to connect. Because when we came here, like you said, you didn't know any Filipinos at all. Few years later, now that we are getting recognized, we want to connect and be able to help each other. Especially within the industries, and hoping that the younger generation would see what we've done so far and the accomplishments we've done, so that they can follow on and then just,
do better.
Do better, because we didn't know how to.
I feel like we had to deal with a lot more though than like the younger generation now.
Oh yes.
Which is like great. Like I love that there's so much, like even for my son, I love that there's going to be so many like things that he's not going to have to go through.
Right.
Yeah, because it's like it's scary. If I think about him going through my son.
I know.
If I think about the things that him going through, the things I went through, like that would like break my heart. So I'm so happy there's a lot he won't have to.
Yeah.
Like I love how we've evolved, and I hope we keep
evolving.
Yeah.
And I think as Filipinos, there's like this thing called kapwa. It's the theories that we are very much connected to each other, and everything that we do is for the other person. So just bringing that back in a society that we're not usually around. So like, for example, when I moved here, obviously from Saudi to Philippines to here, the constant adjustment. When I got here, it was like, well, like, where do I belong? It's the belongingness that you're looking for.
And that affects you all through life then, doesn't
exactly.
It? It's not something you can just...
I think it's just the fact that we have to have those two different identities, and coming to a country that's not really accepting of the second identity, it's just nice that we had to adapt to it. And I love what we've created in terms of culturally as Filipinos in Britain. One example I think is, what I love is that sometimes on a Sunday or weekend, you'd walk past a church, and this, I don't know if it's a London thing, but you walk past a church and then you hear singing, and it's usually Filipinos celebrating. I don't know if that's a British-Filipino thing that we created because we had to adapt in this country. But I don't know anywhere else that does that. It's so typical that when you go to church hall, someone's celebrating the 18th, their debut, someone's having either their wedding or whatever. It's a celebration within a church hall that you don't really get anywhere else. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, yeah. We had an event at the local church hall every week.
Every week?
Really?
Like literally every week.
Do you guys have a debut?
I did in Philippines, so did she actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
How did I not know that?
Because it was like
why wasn't I invited?
100 years ago.
What happened to like having your
Before I was
friends
born,
there?
that's all.
Sorry?
What happened to like having your friends in your debut?
I had so many friends in Philippines when I went to college there.
Really?
That like, I mean, I did have some of my friends, like Charis Joanne was there.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Charis,
yeah.
like some were there.
Who was your escort?
But it was a friend actually. It was a friend.
You're just out of our escort.
It was actually a friend. Yeah, but Yeah. No, I mean, it meant more. It was more done for like my mom, really.
Aw.
Like a family event. It's like my mum, like she was like,
Filipino
she's doing my
parent.
sister a debut. She wanted to throw me a debut. Like
Oh,
that's just her thing.
lovely. What was
She
your
was like,
theme?
I'm gonna throw you all weddings, all debuts, and now
Lovely.
I've accomplished my role as a mum.
Colour scheme. Was it red?
Yeah, red and blue.
Oh my god. I don't
Oh
know.
wow.
Maybe I have seen pictures.
Charis had red, didn't it?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
She had her debut here.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did. I remember I was the photographer on like a
You were
lot
there?
of girl. No, were you there?
No.
I'm gonna. Oh.
Me and Charis were not friends at the time.
That was like, what? Like 15
Wait,
years?
so you,
let's
weren't there,
not-
you weren't there as a guest?
No. I was with a lot of my friends, like female friends. Whenever it's their debut, I'm either a photographer, a host, or someone
be
that
such a good
decorates
host.
invitation.
Yes.
You'd be such
Thanks,
a good
guys.
host.
Like, hire me. I've been hosting a lot of. Like,
Hire him.
Hire him.
I've done like
Hire him
host
for
for
your-
weddings. I've hosted. That was my hosting and taking photos and music videos. I was filming music videos as well with.
video.
So you've
Flip
always
core.
had it in you. Oh my
I
God,
always
yeah.
was like
Oh,
hustling,
what a
even though for
throwback.
free. I would still hustle. But yeah, those events, I just remember I was never one of the 18s. I was like
Oh.
the host or the
Oh.
organizer.
I feel like you'd rather that though.
No, yeah, because I'm sort
You
of
love getting
involved.
involved,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's me. I like getting involved. I think we're nearing
Oh, yeah.
the end of the
God, that one-
set.
Oh,
Okay.
it's 42 already.
What do you think the listeners and / the viewers would be expecting from us?
I think we should tell them what they should expect
I just
from
want to
us.
have like open chats.
Yes.
That are just like naked. No? Wait.
This is
That is
3
not
shots in.
what I
No,
signed
not
up I didn't sign up for pornography.
Not like us naked, but you know, like no, like holding back, like because
Yeah.
we grew
No
up
filter.
like so, like we'd have to like hide a lot, and sometimes you have to be a bit timid. And now we're older and
So
grown.
don't give a shit.
and I
Yeah.
just
Speak for
wanna
yourself,
lay
I'm
it
not.
out.
Excuse. Oh yeah, she's younger than us, and
I'm not as old as these
oh,
two.
you may as well be behind the scenes with the Gen Z.
I am Gen Z.
No, you're not.
I'm on
Yeah,
the
but
cusp.
on the cusp.
I actually am.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I get it.
Naked. Naked.
Naked episodes. I feel like we should do an all Tagalog episode because I didn't know that you don't like you.
I can speak
thought
Tagalog,
you
but
were
no. This is the thing, and I feel like we should get into this at a later episode because I have very strong opinions on this. But I can speak it, understand fluently. Obviously, sometimes my grammar is a bit off, but like I can speak it. Like when I'm in the Philippines, I will speak it, but I'm very conscious of my accent.
Okay.
Because it's very like
Do you have a Batangueña accent when you
good.
speak it?
I like it.
Actually, you sound the same when you speak Tagalog. You have the same voice.
What, as in like?
Why do you have 2 voices?
Yeah,
Like,
because I feel
why?
like you know, like Joanne.
English.
When Joanne speaks Tagalog, she goes into this like mad Batangueña accent.
Oh no, I don't.
And
have a
Eamon was
Batangueña
like,
accent.
who are you? Like,
wish.
she seems like a
I
completely
wish.
different person.
No, I can copy it. Like
Okay.
if I'm around.
Can you try?
No, I can't. I need to be like if I'm around my family
Okay.
and I hear it and it's always in my ear, I'm really good at copying it. Like it's like a party trick. My mum like puts me in the front at the party. She's like, "Do your Batangueña accent," and I'm like,
Ako ready ko lang mag-Tagalog, so I'm ready na talaga mag-Tagalog.
I can so do it.
Yeah.
But like if anyone comes to me about my accent,
Sige, let's go.
Oh, I know.
Tara.
We'll do an episode with no English, huh?
okay.
Like, not even Taglish.
Oh
like
yeah,
a-
that's hard.
No, that is so hard, sorry,
Taglish,
because-
isn't it?
My cousins were
Okay,
here
I'm
Your
down.
birth's
I'm
gonna
down
come to
to
me
try.
like,
Okay, tell me then, what is Tagalog for microwave? Oh, I know.
Microwave is a Western thing that was built.
Walang microwave.
Walang microwave sa Philippines.
Ang init ng pagkain.
Wow.
Okay, what about? So my cousins were doing this with
Okay,
me
go on,
when
give
they
me
were
one.
here. I can't remember, but they kept being like, "What is the blah 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 for this?" And I was answering perfectly. There are some words, and I was like, "Okay, tell me the answer then." And then they were like,
Dunno. It's because they want to
Maybe
learn.
there isn't one. Maybe there isn't one.
Tagalog
Right?
is so like.
It's complex.
There are so many words that. So, for example, I once said to my mum, like when I was in the Philippines, because I was speaking Tagalog, I was like, how do I say go to like level 3? Like, what's Tagalog for level? And she was like,
Oh.
level. And I was like, well, no, seriously, what is the word?
That is the Tagalog for
yeah,
level.
Yeah,
what
there are
is the
so
Tagalog
many
of
words that are,
level?
like you just use English for.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Why is that? Oh, because you get taught English in school.
Yes,
Yeah?
yeah. And
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
we were colonized by Americans, so a lot of our education has become the American education. So English was like mandatory, and also like even when I went to school in Philippines, we had the day where we have to speak English straight.
Really? Is that like
And
in
then
an
you have to
international
pay.
school?
It was
I would
a
ace
private
that.
school.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Really?
But anyways, I think
Let's
we need
do
to
it.
wrap up. I think
Oh crap! Yeah.
because we're closing up, but they should expect some
naked
guests.
chat,
Guests.
guests with
I'm excited for guests.
Interesting guess.
interesting guests, people like Filipino Phil Brits who are doing really well in
Yes.
their respective industries.
Uh-huh.
Some
Games.
games.
We should
Prizes.
do like questions. They should send out questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anything you want us to do or speak
Yes,
about.
speak
If there's
about
a topic you want us to
topics.
speak about, send it in.
What is our socials? What's the Chika?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
There.
Is the logo up
Oh
there?
wait, can you see
You
it?
can.
Yeah, send in your questions or
Yeah.
thoughts.
Or yeah,
Just whatever.
we want to know
I'm
your
very
experience
close.
as a Filipino British person too,
Yes.
and we can discuss that in here.
We are very
love it.
excited.
So excited.
We hope you are too.
Thanks for listening
Thank
to our first
you.
episode.
Thank you for listening.
We're gonna carry
and-
on drinking.
Shall
Yeah,
we?
I think we
Shall
should.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
okay.
I've got work tomorrow.
That's tomorrow's
I'm working from
problem.
home though, so it's
I'm
fine.
not. I can't.
Oh yeah, you can't.
Ever.
You're a doctor.
You mentioned you're a doctor.
Yeah, you never mentioned
It's
your
not something I
career.
like to brag. I forgot.
Demure.
I'd much rather say I'm a Taurus.
Yeah. And you're 27. We get it. You're in your 20s, girl.
We get it.
No one else said their ages because they're ashamed.
I am not ashamed. I'm proud, but no one needs
To
to
be
know.
third, right? Yeah.
Okay, peace out. Adios.
Thanks,
Mwah, mwah.
guys.
Beso, beso.